back to Denver. They haven't played well since the All-Star break. Reportedly, there was tension between the GM and the head coach, Calvin Booth and Michael Malone. But, I mean, timing is everything. So you look at Denver and Memphis. The Grizzlies said goodbye to Taylor Jenkins, and he had done a great job with a young group, trying to keep them together. The Nuggets are just 2 years removed from a title. You have Michael Malone, who was there to help build them into something. And as I said, after they won the title, and then he got up there on the microphone at the parade, he was in his cups, and he was saying, we're not going to let any of these guys go. And I go, yes, they are. This is what happened. Sometimes when you win, that's when your problems start. You would think that the hard part is winning a championship. It's once you win that championship, can you keep everybody? And Denver was not going to keep everybody. And I've said the last 2 years, we're going to look back on the malpractice that happened, that they did not surround Joker with bench players, deeper bench. That's how they won the title. They had depth, and they don't have that now. And Malone turned this team into a consistent winner. They weren't underachievers, and we don't know the full story yet. Maybe we won't, but if you're going to make a decision like this now, you don't get many chances to roll the dice again. So it must have been really bad between the GM and the coach that they didn't get along, that you're going to fire both of them. That's rare. Because usually you go, okay, we're going to part ways with the coach. The GM's going to stay. But, this was a fractured relationship. And, hey, Michael Malone's a spirited guy. And he's probably thinking, this guy just came in as our GM. You lost your previous GM who went to Minnesota. Now all of a sudden this guy. And probably was like, I don't want to be told, hey, give me a bench. Help me out here. And you could see frustration. Joker showed frustration on the bench. But 3 games to go in the regular season, and the odds didn't change on Denver, their title chances. So I don't know what that says. Maybe Vegas is saying, hey, it doesn't matter who's coaching. This team isn't going anywhere in the postseason. Maybe that's what they're saying. But the odds, they're long. But I don't know if people looked at Denver and said, you know what? They can win this thing. It feels like that we've given credence to the Lakers winning, Golden State winning, and OKC winning. I think we've dismissed the Rockets because we feel like they're too young, and Denver because they just aren't consistent. You have the best player in the game, but they're nowhere near what they were. Now, maybe you're going, this will spark them. Well, here is the owner of the Denver Nuggets, Josh Kroenke, on the timing of the firings.
Outside of the decision, there was thinking around 2 separate things, involving with the timing of it all. I think that, the awkwardness of the timing with only 3 games left and then the playoffs looming. But, it came down to 2 factors. One, I have a complete belief and trust in our group of players that are in there. And I have complete trust and belief in our assistant coaches and their ability to step up into different roles. And maybe if their voices are a little louder in certain areas, maybe they can squeeze some of that juice that I've been talking about.
Okay. Good luck with that. They're just not they're not a formidable team. Now, can they have moments? Sure. But I'm curious. And, Joker has 2 more years, and then I think there's an option. So it's around 55, 57, 59 million over the next 3 years. And then I saw there's already odds on his next team. Take a guess. The odds that came out yesterday, the team that Jokic is going to end up with. Yes, Paulie.
The Dallas Cowboys. I'm joking because they're going to go to the one that gets clicks.
No, it would be the Lakers. That's the one that gets clicks.
I know.
Yes. So it's the Lakers. And then the other one is, I think it's a home team back in Serbia. The odds for his next team, believe it or not. But, and then I was told that he wasn't told that they were firing Michael Malone. I don't know how that's possible. Do I think that LeBron James didn't know Anthony Davis was going to be traded? I'm going to guess they ran it by him. Joker, I mean, this might be an impulsive move by ownership where they just go, you know what? I'm tired of dealing with this. You're fired. And maybe it was that. Maybe it was just building. But therefore, I don't think Joker could be surprised that it happened. Maybe that it happened right now. Because I don't think either. And this is one of those, we don't want to have Michael Malone stay in there. All of a sudden they go on a run. Like, that's why coaches get fired sometimes during the regular season in the NFL. Because, God, if we win a couple of games, then we got to keep him. But Michael Malone is going to get another job quickly. Probably in the next week or so. He'll get an opening somewhere. Somebody might bow out of the playoffs early. If the Knicks bowed out early, could Michael Malone end up with the Knicks? I could see that happening. Memphis has an opening there, and he's a great coach. So he'll get a job here.